Welcome to Glauco does BJJ or Jiu-Jitsu. I don't know what I'm going to call this yet. Number 2, part 2. I've done my second BJJ training at the FSA here in Bern. And it's my second trial lesson. And I've decided to go to a different or try a different instructor evening, and I believe I have found my sensei. And I went to the Thursday evening class, and Giuliano Haldiman was teaching there. He's a 4th degree black belt under Ben Hall. And over Ben Hall, I think, is already a Gracie. So the lineage is quite short and incredible because it's, so close to the source or whatever. So anyways, I went there and, I arrived at the place, still don't have a gi, so I had to borrow one, whatever, I'm looking into maybe getting a secondhand one. And so I changed, still gotta wrap my head around, the locker room is a little bit small for its size. I mean, it's a huge place, but the locker room I feel is like moderately sized, but I guess it's also just, I don't know, like about the system, it's not too fast yet. I come in, I still have to look around like, where do I put this? But anyways, so I got changed, and then I got on the mat, and I bowed. I seen people bow before going on the mat, and so I did that. And I went to Giuliano to present myself. I'm like, hello, I'm trial lesson, blah blah blah. My name is Glauco, and he's like, oh yeah, cool, nice. Is this your first time, second time? Da 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 da. So, anyways, just a short chat, but then the class started, and the first thing we did as a warm-up, which I thought was really, really, really good, were basically yoga moves. So we were doing some, sitting in our squat. We were doing some kind of like downward facing dog, some kind of mobility, flexibility, dynamic stuff, just to get the body opened. And so we did a bunch of that, and I felt comfortable, as I've done yoga myself for a couple of years. I mean, not like on every week, but I do a little bit of that stuff. And then we moved on to the technique drill, which was, I believe it's called a butterfly guard. So a butterfly guard is when you're just sitting on your butt, going like this, and the feet are like this, I think, something like that. And so I believe first we did, one person was sitting in the so-called butterfly guard, and the other was trying to chase around, or like running towards the person. And you basically had to have one arm out and then scoot your butt like this, or with you help yourself with your feet to quickly move like around your own axe. Is that how you say it? And I was paired up with a brown belt, like a fourth stripe brown belt, and I was like, wow, man, I got lucky to have such an experienced training partner. And I asked him too, I was like, yo, I'm completely new. If you want to do it with somebody who is experienced, or I don't know how this works here, And he's like, no, it's good, let's do it. I'm like, wow, all right, cool. And although he was much shorter than me, like almost like 2 heads shorter than me, or 1.5, we went ahead and did it, this drill. And then what else we had to do? I believe the same thing. No, it was also in the butterfly guard, but the partner had to cartwheel over the other had to cartwheel over you, basically, holding onto the knee and to the shoulder and to like pass the guard. I believe that's what it's called. Pass the guard like that. Mind you, some of these words and jargon I have already heard somewhere because I am a certified nerd on anything. I mean, if I find something I love and I'm interested in, I will go and do research myself and dig in. And so I've done a little bit of that. So I'm already hearing a lot of, passing the guard, different positions, side control, mount, blah, blah, blah. So anyways, we were doing the cartwheels, cartwheels over each other. So that was another thing we did. And then we were at the last technique drill, which was a little bit more advanced. And I was like, ooh, I don't know if I can do this, but whatever, I'm just gonna go ahead and do it. Was you had to get close to your opponent in butterfly. He was standing, and then you had to go one left leg in between the opponent's legs, around his body to his upper body, and then with the right leg you went between his legs, like to his hip, not to the balls, to the hip, and then you grab the sleeve of his pant and you kind of sort of push him down as you straighten yourself up with your leg, and with your thing you just push him down like that. So we did this a couple of times. We changed one, I did it a couple of times, he did it a couple of times, and I forgot his name, but he was so cool with me, and he gave me like, he didn't speak German or English a lot, but I believe he's from Peru or something. But he just showed me by grabbing my legs, or just, very physical, but I instantly got it. He showed it in a way that I instantly was like, oh yeah, if I do it like this, it's much easier. So we were doing that, changing around, and time flew because, it's a little bit of a technical thing. And so after that, the sparring was on. And I've decided to give my ego a rest and not to spar, because I just wanted to just chill. My back was still a little bit iffy, and so I just sat on the sideline and watched everybody roll, including this Peruvian brown belt who was, took off his gi. No, he kept the gi on, and he went to just spar with some like no gi, like monsters, like huge guys, like twice his weight maybe. And I think he did it really, really well. I mean, they couldn't submit him. I think they got into some side control sometimes, but he always got out, and you could tell that there's a lot of technique behind this art form, this martial art. And I'm so glad that I finally decided to learn a martial art myself. And I have had martial art experience in the past, but it's, long in the past. I've done karate as a kid from like 7 to 10. And then I've done, so that's in the 90s. And then I've done some judo when I was like a young teenager, so that was in the 2000s. But never like wholeheartedly. I was always just like, yeah, just messing around with my friends and all. So, but now, that is a martial art I truly want to learn, and I have found my sensei. That class I enjoyed so much with Ju, or Giuliano, that I went to him, I bowed to him, and I said, I want you to be my sensei, in German. And he was laughing like, hey, go on, take it easy, pal. And yeah, then we just chit-chatted a bit, and I said, I'm checking out videos of people similar size. I'm nerding out on video. And he's like, good, great. Oh, Hocho Gracie, I rolled with him once. Wow, he's amazing, blah, 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 blah. And then he tapped me on my shoulders, and he's like, we're gonna make a warrior out of you. And I was like, oh. I mean, Not that I want to become like I don't know. It just felt good hearing that from my instructor or my sensei or whatever. And then that was my second trial lesson. I decided I wanna fucking do this. I'm gonna do this. Okay. So I went to the desk and I said, sign me up. Um, but I think I got the brochure because there was like different like things, you could get you could train with the weights and do BJJ or just one or the other and striking. There's so much stuff that I just took home the brochure just to study a little bit what fits to me. But I think I'm going to go with the BJJ and grappling because I have a pull-up rack at home. I do yoga and just some calisthenic stuff for myself. So what strength and mobility, flexibility stuff concerns, I believe I'm covered at home. But yeah, I felt so good going home, even though I didn't spar because my back was still like funky. Went home and having made the decision, I'm going to do this. That was my second BJJ lesson class. Yeah. See you next time.